he's so cuddly. I want to feel. Look at the camera. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing day 41 of the 50 days vlogging challenge. And today I'm doing a little story thing, okay? Today I wanted to tell you all a story, 3 stories actually, about the 3 times I almost drowned. And one of them happened last year. So the first one, by my nan's house there's this leisure centre and they've got 2 swimming pools. They've got one which is for like little kids, like 3 years and under, and the other one is for like older, more confident swimmers. I still had armbands on because I couldn't swim without them. So I was in the baby pool because I wasn't confident swimming, and I decided that I wanted to go without my armbands. Okay. Whoa! Nearly knocked my water over. Yeah, I decided that I was going to go without my armbands. But I took this rubber ring thing, like an inflatable ring that you put your legs through and then you like kick your legs and it, you know, paddles you along. And I took this rubber ring. I've been swimming around in it for a little while, and I decided to go to the deeper end of the pool. I couldn't reach the bottom. I decided I was going to go down this sort of deeper end. I don't know how deep it actually was. Maybe about half a metre. Not half a metre. Yeah, I don't know, it must have been about half a metre or something, I don't know. But I went down the deeper end, paddling along in my rubber ring, and my auntie, my nan and my brother were all on the shallower end and I was sort of this end. They could still see me. They weren't even far away. This pool is literally so small. So it's not like if I was in danger that they'd have to swim miles to try and save me or anything. And there was a lifeguard literally right over there, so I was fine. I was facing side on, so if this is my family here, I was like, this is my face, I was facing that way. And I wanted to turn my rubber ring and go back towards my family. So as I turned, the rubber ring went and tipped me upside down. So my legs were now hanging in the air, like waving around, like help me. And I was under the water, trapped. I couldn't get my rubber ring back up. So I was trapped under the water, struggling, trying to get the dinghy back on its, back up, but also trying to get air because I couldn't breathe. I don't know how I managed. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I remember that I managed to get my dinghy like halfway back up, so my head was like poking out of the top going and my auntie hadn't noticed at this point. I don't know, she was talking to my nan or something, I've got no idea. But the lifeguard had, and he was literally leapt out of his chair and was ready to dive into the pool and save my ass. But then my auntie like swam over really quickly and flipped me back up and I was like, you know? The next one, I was at the same pool except I was in the bigger one because at this point I was like 9 or 10 and I was a pretty confident swimmer. I'd had swimming lessons, I didn't have armbands anymore, and I was swimming on my own confidently. So I was in the bigger pool. And I decided I was going to go right to the very end of the pool, to the deepest end, like with the first story. I don't know what, I don't know, okay, I'm a bit reckless, I don't know. Anyways, I went down to the deepest end of the pool. My brother came with me. He was still in armbands, so he was just like, you know, casually floating around. My auntie was right behind me. But you know the edge of the pool, like, it goes round? Yeah, I was holding on to that and like pulling myself along so I didn't have to swim because, you know, it was deep and I couldn't reach the floor. I can reach the floor now, but I couldn't back then. I made it right to the bottom, right to the other end of the pool. I was as deep as you could get. Okay. And me and my brother were talking and I happened to laugh, but as I laughed I let go of the edge and I like went under because I was laughing. I was like and as I like breathed in, I took in a load of water and I couldn't reach the bottom, so I was just, you know, floating down to the bottom. I suddenly came out of the water and my auntie was like and lifted me out of the water. And I got out of the pool because I thought I was going to be sick because I kept coughing and coughing and coughing. And you know, there was water in my ears, in my mouth, in my lungs, not in my lungs, in my stomach. And I was panicking, so after I'd finished my coughing fit, I went to the other end, to the shallowest end. I went in there. Okay. I go to the deep end, I still go down there. I think I probably did like the next time I went there to do... Holy cow, what just happened? The third and last story happened last year in June. I think it was June or July, something like that, I don't know. And I was on holiday with my auntie and nan again. I always seem to like almost drown when I'm with my auntie and my nan. I don't know. We went to a water park. This water park was called Splashdown, and I absolutely love it there. I went there a couple of months ago, twice in the space of 3 days. I just love it there. It's the best place ever. And at Splashdown they've got this ride where you're in dinghies. As with the first story, it's always dinghies. They're so dangerous, you know. And instead of having my legs, like, you know, you have the dinghy and you like, in the first story I put my legs through it, so it was just the top half of me, but at Splashdown you like sit your bum in it and have your legs over and like your body, so yeah, almost like an armchair. And at this ride you go down slides. You go down a slide, then another slide, then you go into this big section, and then you go down another slide which goes around a corner, and then you get to this other big section, and then the slide there like goes down, but then the slide just ends and you like plop into the water. I don't know, maybe a foot drop or something, like you just splash into the water, you know. And on dinghies this is quite a thing, you know, because you land and they like, you know, flip over and stuff. But I never managed to tip my dinghy over. But this one time, me and my brother were on this ride and I decided I was going to get out of my dinghy, go down the slide on my own bottom and pull my brother's dinghy along with me. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to get out your dinghy, but I did. I don't know. As I said, I'm a bit carefree. I just don't give a damn, really. So I was in the middle. My dinghy was this side with nobody in it. My brother was this side, and because they've got like little handles, I was just holding them. And I went down. And as I went down, obviously I went underwater because, you know, you splash in, and I went underwater. And my brother's dinghy landed on top of me. I didn't feel it because I was like at the bottom of the pool because I like, splashed in and whatever, you know. But when I went to come up out of the water, my head hit my brother's dinghy and I couldn't get out. And it seemed like no matter where I went, his dinghy was hitting my head and I just couldn't I couldn't get out of the water. But then I pushed his dinghy away and got out. And just as I got out, and just as I got up out of the water, I like coughed and then I laughed. And just as I laughed, my brother's dinghy hit the wall and bounced back and hit me in the head, and I went I went back underwater. And because I was laughing, I took in water, like with the second story. But I immediately came back up and I just, water came out my nose, I was coughing up water. I wasn't vomiting, but you know, when you cough and there's like the water or spit, I don't know. So yeah, that happened. That was, that was so funny. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like these type of videos, let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up if you didn't enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching this random story time vlog type thing. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye!